Through my training, I learned to move away from trying to control them to connect with them. And I had to have a moment to deal with some hard truths. What is truly the source of me trying to get them to do certain things? Is what I'm trying to get them to do truly about helping them become who they're supposed to be? Or is it about me getting the control and getting them to kind of leave me alone? As a parent of 6, I get to be around other parents constantly. The other day, I was at my daughter's gymnastics practice and I wasn't eavesdropping, but I just happened to hear some other moms talking about how they discipline their children. They talked about mostly similar techniques. They kind of agreeing with each other about how they deal with discipline with their children. And their ideas largely centered around removing connection. So if my children get out of control, I'll send them to their room. I'll take away the things that they enjoy, or even send them away to timeout. So if we're all doing something, then they are removed from the space so they can feel the consequences of their actions. And this is not abnormal. I totally get it. As a parent, I understood exactly what they were saying. I felt like this has made sense to me as well. But as a trained Jai coach, the question of discipline is super duper common. This is the number one thing parents come to me and ask about. How do I get my children to behave better? How do I get them to do what I want them to do, to follow the rules, to make their beds, to get better grades? And that's a dominant question. And I'm no different. This was an important concern for me as well. Is how in the world can I make sure that I don't have my children out here acting out, right? This is what we think about as parents. But through my training with Jai, I shifted my focus away from discipline and getting my children to simply do what I want them to do to engagement, to curiosity. That instead of going straight to, you did the wrong thing and now there's a consequence, or what I identify as the wrong thing, I got curious. Have this child even slept enough? Right? Are they acting out of some frustration? Are they in need of more connection with me? That I was able to shift away from just trying to get them to do what I thought was right to really trying to engage them. What I learned from my training is that some of the things that I was trying to discipline them for were sometimes not even for one problematic. They were age appropriate, right? I'm going to discipline my child because they're 3 and struggle to sit still. Maybe, but why? Is that really truly a problem? This is just age appropriate that they want to move around all day. It's age appropriate that they might yell or cry or scream because they don't know how to regulate. And so I had to learn to just engage and connect with them and get curious and take the time to just kind of be a thinker instead of reactionary and just wanting to get them under control. Through my training, I learned to move away from trying to control them to connect with them. And I had to have a moment to deal with some hard truths. If I'm all the way honest, I had to be honest with myself that what is truly the source of me trying to get them to do certain things? Is what I'm trying to get them to do truly about helping them become who they're supposed to be? Or is it about me getting the control and getting them to kind of leave me alone? I want them quiet because I don't want to hear the noise. I want them sitting still because I want to be able to do something else. Is it really about them? And I had to kind of be honest that some of what I wanted them to do was about convenience. Is about the fact that I actually didn't know that some of these behaviors are normal. It's just totally normal behavior. If I think back, I remember feeling pressure to act in a way that didn't feel normal or natural to me as well. Is that, I like church, but sitting in church for 3 hours was hard, and it wasn't really wrong, but I got in trouble a lot. And I had to decide that instead of simply repeating what I had been taught, that let me get curious about that behavior. I just had a difficult time with my 9-year-old the other day, my 9-year-old son. He was just kind of slacking off in school a little bit. And instead of disciplining him and punishing him for not doing what he was supposed to do, I use my training to say, what do you need in this moment? And what I realized is I've actually been traveling a lot, and he needed more time with me. And so I didn't discipline him. We watched a movie, and I held him and I hugged him, and I could see that he started to be more energized to actually do better. And the next time he had an assignment, we didn't have a problem. So instead of disciplining him, I engaged him. And this changed everything. Jai is not simply another program that teaches parents how to get their children to do what they want them to do. It creates an opportunity to heal ideas that actually make parenting harder, to get an opportunity to move away from some things that we think make it easier, but it actually makes it harder. When we discipline our children by disconnecting, we make our voices actually quieter and their fears and their pains louder. Through this training, I have been able to learn how to make my voice louder by leaning in. So they actually it's easier for them to follow my voice because I don't remove my voice from them. I lean in and I connect with them. At the end of the day, a healed parent is a happier parent. This is your opportunity to learn more about how Jai can help transform your parenting experience today. This is your opportunity. It changed my life, and I'm certain that it can change yours.